Big Dark 2, Demon Day, by Rob Harper. Part 3.
After disobeying a direct order from our superiors, Harry and I offered our services to the Brits in hopes of getting us in decay. The only thought on Harry's mind was revenge at any cost. I knew I had to stay with him. It became my own quest to save Harry from himself. The rest of our squad knew nothing of our insubordination. The siege drew on and we were becoming disheartened. The British commander used our squad as scouts mostly. The Brits had Kane surrounded for nearly a month, and everyone knew the German resources must be wearing thin, but Harry was getting impatient. We were on a scouting mission to make sure any escape route for the Nazis was covered when a British patrol truck came up on us in a rush.
We got a report of a German convoy breaking out of Kane.
We have to get after them. He's getting away.
They ain't getting out. We got the place surrounded.
He'll get out. He's a slippery one.
Well, we don't even know if that's him.
Oh, it's him. I can feel it. We are not letting this monster get away.
Harry was on the edge of losing it. I looked up at the rest of the squad and they sensed it too. We jumped into the truck and hurried to try and head off the escaping Germans. We came upon the battle already engaged. A convoy of 5 German trucks were attempting to break a Brit roadblock. We charged up behind the fight and started firing. The lead German truck slammed into the British truck, blocking the road, and immediately flipped and exploded. The Nazis had sacrificed themselves to give the other trucks a chance. We soon saw what they had done. In the second truck in line was the Fallen we were after.
There he is. Stop the truck.
The last 2 trucks in line were quickly taken out by our attack, but the other 2 made it past the barricade. 2 of our men had been hit in the exchange. Marks was attending to them. Harry yelled at the Brit driver to pursue.
Get after him.
Those aren't our orders.
Damn your orders. Get out and I'll drive.
Harry pushed the shocked British soldier out of the truck and turned to the rest of us.
Get in. We are leaving.
Lieutenant, that's going deep past the lines.
You're going to get us killed. We have wounded men here.
Harry looked at Marks like he was going to kill him, but then a sudden moment of clarity formed on his face.
You're right, Marks. Only volunteers. I'm going after him. Who's with me?
There were 6 of us left in combat shape. I had decided to stick to Harry mostly for his own good. Wilson was in, along with Jones and McVeigh. Marks was the only one who wanted to stay with the wounded, and Harry left him there on the side of the road. The Brits would make sure they got back to our med area. We sped deeper into occupied France. Once again, we found ourselves chasing the Fallen across France, but now we were deep in occupied territory. Harry pushed our British truck to its limits, and soon it started making noises that said it wasn't long for this world. Lieutenant, John, we're gonna have to stop. The truck is dying. Harry looked over at me, and I had never seen him so worn out.
Look!
In the darkness ahead, we saw a German truck. It looked like one of the ones that had escaped at Kane, and we approached it with caution. We piled out of the truck and took up positions ready for the attack. It soon became apparent that there was no one left alive in the truck. They obviously had been hit hard while escaping. In the back were a few soldiers who had bled out in the escape. The driver made it as far as he could before finally giving up. Harry and I walked up to the driver's side to see the man slumped over the wheel. He suddenly coughed and fell back in the seat. Harry and I brought up our weapons, ready for an attack. The man's face was ashen, and there was no fight left in there.
I can't burn this.
I grabbed my canteen and offered it to the dying man. Harry started to protest, but relented. Do you speak English?
A little.
The Fallen. How far ahead is he?
He left us to die. He made us do things.
I know how they work. The bastards have a way of making people do things.
No, we were correct.
I didn't know what he meant, but I got the point. Men weren't much better than the fallen in most cases.
Clone, he is going to...
With that, he died. I hoped he'd find forgiveness wherever he went, but I doubted any of us would.
Good, we have a destination. Call and pull a map out and set us a route. The rest of you clean that truck out and get their uniforms. We're Germans now. We're going to Cologne.
That is in Germany, John.
I'm well aware of that, Sergeant. Obviously you won't pass as a German. You'll have to hide in the back.
Harry was beyond reason, and I felt he didn't care if all of us were sacrificed in his crusade, as long as the fallen was caught. What had he gone through back at home to be like this? He was a man possessed, and we were dragged to hell with him, dressed as Germans driving through Belgium to get to Cologne and the final confrontation.
To be continued.
Hey, Predator.
Yes, Rob.
While you're stabbing people, what do you listen to?
Well, don't you know that I listen to VillainOldTimeRadio.podbean.com. It's perfect for all my beheading skull cleanery needs. And as an alien, what is it that you listen to while you're using your mini mouth to manhandle Sigourney Weaver in her underwear? That's my line.
Sorry. Yeah, VinlandOldTimeRadio.podbean.com. It's on my alien pod device.
I'd face hug that broad.
I'd face hug Vinland Old Time Radio. I'd implant my seed in VinlandOldTimeRadio.podbean.com.